Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. And now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA. Pollution, poverty, and infrastructure deficits remain some of the most daunting challenges confronting the people and communities across Nigeria's oil-rich Niger Delta region. This is despite the region's enormous contributions to the nation's economic stability. Environmental rights advocates, including Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Chief Femi Falana, who lamented the deplorable state of affairs in the oil belt, are calling on the Nigerian government to rise to the occasion and address these lingering ills that are steadily draining life out of the people.
Nigeria joined the League of Crude Oil Producing Countries in the late 1950s. Since then, the black gold has been a central piece of the Nigerian economy, accounting for nearly 90% of its foreign exchange receipts. But back in communities across the Niger Delta region, where this critical resource is tapped, lies a troubling story of environmental pollution that has left the people battling with loss of their livelihoods and several health challenges. Regretting this scenario, Senior Advocate of Nigeria and human rights lawyer Femi Falana, who was speaking at a recent engagement in Port Harcourt, said the continued disregard for the goose that lays the golden egg is an injustice that should not be allowed to continue.
You cannot remain permanently hears of wood and draws of water. Enough is enough. From what I've listened to here today, I'm going to set up a team of lawyers who believe in environmental justice to initiate a major legal struggle to force the government of Nigeria to reclaim your land that has been despoiled, to reclaim your honor and integrity, and to give to your communities all the social amenities that you deserve.
While Barrister Ibukun Fasomi and Chief Olamide Falana, who are both from Ondo State, suggested that the federal government should go beyond just putting policies and regulations in place for operations in the oil and gas sector to holding defaulting oil companies responsible for reckless operations across the region.
But when government is able to do what they have to do and ensure that the MNOCs too comply with international conventions on oil, on exploration, on host community, on local content, and so many other laws, particularly our PIA, I tell you, everything will be in order.
So for me, I believe that even though the government is doing a lot, there's still a lot that needs to be done. We are still yet to see lasting impact due to the government intervention in the particular region.
Meanwhile, Ogoni in Rivers State remains a classical example of a community that has suffered from the adverse impacts of oil exploration. Late Ken Sarowiwa and his kinsmen under the Movement for the Survival of the Ogoni People, MOSOP, stood up to demand justice and the cleanup of their polluted lands. This struggle eventually led to the suspension of oil operations in the area. However, their agitation came at a great cost. In 1995, Ken Sarowiwa and 8 others were convicted and executed. Years later, the federal government responded to the outcry of the Ogoni people and commissioned the United Nations Environmental Program to conduct an environmental assessment of the impacts of oil and gas activities in the area. The UNEP report, released in 2011, revealed extensive oil pollution reaching groundwater levels, with drinking water found to contain cancer-causing substances. The report further indicated that a proper cleanup and restoration of the environment could take between 25 and 30 years. Environmental advocates now warn that if this level of devastation is recorded in Ogoni, where oil exploration has been halted for nearly 3 decades, then the condition in other communities where oil wells are still actively running can only be imagined.
The Niger Delta cannot survive the type of onslaught that happened in Ogoni land in the 1990s. We have life expectancy at 41 years.
Communities are being wiped off in the Niger Delta. Climate change is staring all of us in the face. And so we want government to be more proactive. We want community involvement in development processes that affects their lives.
The recent Bielsa Oil and Environment report seems to confirm these fears when it revealed that as much as 1.5 barrels of oil has been spilled in Bielsa for every man, woman and child living in the state, with the situation even worse in some communities. Recommending a way out, these advocates call for increased commitment in cleanup efforts, accountability by oil companies, and investment in other sustainable options like agriculture, amongst others.
The best thing to do is audit the environment of the Niger Delta, clean up the Niger Delta, see to it that the people's health is restored, stop the gas flaring, shut down the gas flares, and don't open any new oil well.
Can anybody point to anywhere in the Niger Delta where extraction is going on, that there is a train station working there is free Wi-Fi in bus stations, and we even have a functional airport that attracts over 20 or 30 international flights in the Niger Delta? The answer is none. You must build the economy, you must improve the agricultural sector of the economy, you must also improve the human capacity development of the country. You must also improve the information technology, which is the way communities and countries are going to around at this point in time.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Political, community and traditional leaders alongside policy experts from across the Niger Delta recently gathered to reaffirm the call for resource control, fiscal federalism and equitable participation of oil-bearing communities in Niger's oil and gas sector. The forum was held in honor of the late former governor of Bayelsa State, Chief Depriye Alamieseya, who participants described as a true advocate who championed the struggle for fairness, equity, and the advancement of the region's largely underdeveloped communities throughout his lifetime.
October 10, 2025 made it exactly 10 years since Depriye Solomon Peter, DSP Alamieseya, the governor of oil-rich Bayelsa State from 1999 to 2005, passed on to glory. In commemoration of his passing 10 years ago, some Niger Deltans and his Ijaw kinsmen recently gathered in their numbers to extol the virtues of the late elder statesman, popularly known as the Governor General of the Ijaw Nation.
The bullet that killed my comrade was fabricated by the Nigerian state, encouraged by the Nigerian state, and delivered by the Nigerian state. It was a fatal blow that took him out. And I'm glad we are here today just to say that even though he's gone, that which he stood for and stood by and advocated can never die. In the defense of his people, he was never scared of anything.
Alamieseya did not seek to dissolve Nigeria, did not seek to disarticulate Nigeria. All he asked was justice for our people and others in a manner that while they will have justice, while there will be equitable distribution of resources, while development will be equitable, Nigeria will stand taller in the community of nations.
Alamieseya, who hailed from Amasoma in southern Ijaw local government area of Bayelsa State, attended Bishop Dimieri Grammar School in Yenogua after which he proceeded to the Nigerian Defense Academy in 1974 and was upon graduation commissioned into the Nigerian Air Force. He served in the Department of Logistics and Supply across different states including Enugu, Kaduna and Lagos before retiring as squadron leader in 1992. Between this time and 1999, when he became the very first civilian governor of Bayelsa, he worked with Pabot Supplies in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, before heading the Budget, Planning, Research and Development Department of the National Fertilizer Company, NAFCON. As governor of the oil-rich Bayelsa State, Chief Alamesia was known for his resilient stance against injustice and for the prosperity of Niger Delta and the Ijaws in particular.
Never again would we allow strange bedfellows to disgrace our leaders. They have done it at national level, but here on Ijaw land, it can never happen.
10 years after his demise, these legacies are fresh in the minds of those who knew him. For the current governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, the issues of true and fiscal federalism are as important today as they were during the time of Alamesia.
So if we want this country to move forward, the subnational governments cannot be governments that will be controlled from the center. No, 1,000 times no. If we want this country to develop, you cannot use the resources in one region to create more local government areas in another region, to feed the other region and starve the area where these resources are coming from. That is not federalism.
I believe that we have been taken for granted in this country for a very long time, and we must negotiate what is just and equitable for our people. And what is that? That is, we should own and control our resources and pay tax to federal government.
Rectifying and adjusting this sorry state of affairs has long been at the heart of agitations in the region, a struggle the late Chief Dipre Alamesia passionately championed alongside other prominent Niger Delta leaders. For them, a return to the pre-1966 era, when regions controlled and managed their own resources, remains the only sustainable path to addressing this long-standing imbalance that has left the people in squalor and their communities devastated.
Inside the Niger Delta, AKUGHA Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. AKUGHA Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has unveiled its local postgraduate scholarship program with 600 beneficiaries set to pursue master's degrees across universities in Nigeria. The managing director of the commission, Dr. Samuel Obuku, while presenting award letters to the successful candidates, said the local initiative is designed to complement the ongoing foreign postgraduate scholarship program introduced in 2010. Excited beneficiaries expressed gratitude to the commission, promising to make the region proud.
The managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, first announced plans for a local postgraduate scholarship scheme in October 2024, aimed at giving young Niger Deltans access to advanced education within Nigeria. Today, about a year later, that vision has become a reality. A pioneer batch of 600 beneficiaries recently received award letters for sponsorship from the NDDC to pursue master's degrees in universities of their choice across the country.
Congratulations.
Among them are Chioma Evelyn Olare from Delta State, Abarasi Pepo Reginald from Rivers State, and Brian Okafo from Abia State, who shared what the scholarship means to them.
I can say that it's a very transformative adventure. I'm grateful. I know that this will help me in my academics. By the time I'm done, I'll be able to come back to the Niger Delta and give back to my community.
I came up the best, and
Delta
sure I will live up to it and come up with distinctions.
Please be on cue.
It has given us a platform for us to also excel in our academics and as well give back to our society. So I'm grateful.
For Hope Jonah from Cross River State and Marvelous Monday from Akwa Ibom State, this is nothing short of a dream come true. One they say will inspire them to excel and make the commission proud.
I feel like my hard work has paid off. NDDC is making my dream come true, and it's just easing up the burden, the financial burden of actually doing a master's degree.
I am very, very grateful to NDDC, and it is impressive to see that we have this kind of initiative to ensure that to ensure that students get the assistance that is necessary for them to, excel.
The NDDC Foreign Postgraduate Scholarship Program, introduced in 2010, has so far benefited about 2,000 young Niger Deltans, empowering them with world-class education and exposure. Just recently, 32 beneficiaries of the program graduated with distinctions from Coventry University in the United Kingdom. The NDDC helmsman, Dr. Obuku, say he is confident that this new crop of Niger Deltans would replicate this story of success back here in Nigeria.
We believe that the ones that are the maiden beneficiaries of this program will also make us proud. The ones who sent abroad are making us proud. Let them be the best amongst their peers in the various universities of their study.
For the Director of Health and Social Services, Dr. George Uzowane, the repositioned NDDC places a high premium on education and will not relent in its efforts to ensure that all scholars have everything they need to pursue their studies without any hitches.
Our own commitment to them is that their fees will be paid on time. Once we verify their lectures, all monies are paid on time. The NDDC has prioritized educational programs over the past few years. If you from this board, we pay all our fees right on time, and we don't have a history of students rioting or carrying placards.
The NDDC disclosed that the selection process was rigorous. Out of 46,024 applicants, only 600 candidates were chosen after several rounds of assessments. According to the Commission, all beneficiaries will receive their payments once their academic results have been fully verified and vetted, enabling them to continue their educational journey seamlessly.
Inside the Niger Delta.
The leadership of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, says the Regional Intervention Agency is open to partnering with subnational governments and other development stakeholders to fast-track the transformation of communities across the oil-rich region. The NDDC Managing Director, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, and the board chairman, Mr. Chedu Ebe, made this known before an array of dignitaries who joined them for the official inauguration of the Commission's state office in Warri, Delta State. The state governor, Sheriff Oburewori, and the Minister for Regional Development, Engineer Abubakar Momo, were amongst those present at the ceremony.
After over 13 years of fits and starts, the Delta NDDC State Office is now standing fully furnished and equipped for use. The host governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oburewori, and other political leaders, including the Minister for Regional Development, Engineer Abubakar Momo, joined the leadership of the foremost interventionist agency to officially inaugurate the 4-story edifice.
As I commission this project, in the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
In his remarks, the Chief Executive Officer of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, explained that the frequent changes in the hierarchy over the years had contributed to the delay in completing the project, as well as several other across the region, adding that with steady leadership, the Commission is now positioned to complete more projects across the Niger Delta.
Mr. President has funded NDDC more than any other president in the history of Nigeria. That is why today people see that NDDC is working. Mr. President has said all abandoned legacy projects must be completed, and that is what we are doing. This is one of such projects.
The board chairman, Mr. Chiedu Ebie, then noted that the Commission is working as a team to fulfill President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's directive to complete all abandoned projects in the region.
We continue to work hard to ensure that we do not disappoint the people of the Niger Delta, because we have a duty to perform.
Right Honorable Oborewori, who performed the symbolic cutting of the ribbon, in his address applauded the NDDC for its numerous interventions across the state.
Let me sincerely commend the Managing Director of NDDC, Chief Dr. Samuel Obuku, for completing this strategic office facility. Your leadership and unwavering commitment to the development of our region is exceptional. Including the chairman, you have also exhibited resilience and keen foresight into ensuring that the programs and policies of the NDDC have pegged across the region.
Other dignitaries at the event commended the Commission for its renewed sense of purpose and the ongoing transformation of the region.
Apart from these major projects that have been executed within this short time, we have witnessed series of other projects.
It will be recalled that the Commission has also completed and inaugurated state offices in Rivers, Cross River and Bayelsa states in the past months. These state offices will create a conducive working environment for the staff of the Commission as they drive the process of policies and projects implementation in the grassroots.
Inside the Niger Delta.
The governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, has reassured all Deltans that no part of the state will be left out of his administration's ongoing infrastructural renewal drive. The governor gave the assurance while flagging up the reconstruction of the failed portions of the Warri-Sapele-Bini Road in Uwie and Okpe local government areas, as well as the construction of the Ugbolu-Okpanam Road in Oshimili North local government area of the state last week.
The first groundbreaking exercise by the Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, was at Efurun, Uwe local government area for the rehabilitation of the failed portion of Warri-Sapele-Bini dual carriageway spanning about 10 kilometers across Uwe and Okpe local government areas of the state. Residents who have suffered for years due to the deplorable state of the road were full of excitement as they received the governor for the exercise. Despite being a federal road, Governor Oborewori explained that his administration decided to step in to bring immediate relief to its users, who are mostly Deltans, and to complement the federal government's renewed hope infrastructure drive.
Redevelopment happens faster when the federal and state governments work together. Our interest is not who owns the road, but in the comfort and safety of our people. Aside from the obvious benefits of enhanced mobility, improved productivity, and long-term economic growth derived from the reconstruction of this road, it will also make the people feel safer and secure as they commute on it daily.
The Ove of Uwe Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Emmanuel Sidiso Agbe I, and the chairman of Uwe Local Government Council, Chief Anthony Ofoni, thanked the governor for intervening to assuage the suffering of the people. The governor also performed the symbolic groundbreaking for the 12-kilometer Ugbolu-Okpanam Road project in Oshimili North local government area. Residents here defied the rains to welcome the captain of the Timor agenda for the ceremony. Obrori then underscored his government's commitment to undertaking quality projects across the length and breadth of the oil-rich state.
We are committed to ensuring that every part of Delta State is included in our infrastructure and development agenda. My administration is not owing any contractor, whether for inherited or newly awarded projects. I have consistently paid contractors within 5 days of certificate issuance, and we continue to do so to encourage timely project completion.
The residents who were thankful for the intervention say the project will improve their livelihoods.
When the rain come like this, motor vehicle could not pass here because you used to draw the cars. Even leg could not move here, you cannot even move the place at all. Because you used to be drawing, sleeping at times. If the rain is falling like this, car will not move at all. We're going to be happy if they're going to do the road for us. We're going to be happy so much if the road will be done for us.
This road, by the special grace of God, is going to bring massive development and reformation in the entire Obanam and Ubolu generally. So sincerely appreciate the governor for work we've done. It's commendable. It's a welcome development, and we're happy. That is why we are here.
The people left with hope and reassurance from the governor for the continuation of his MORE agenda, which stands for meaningful development, opportunities for all, realistic reforms, and enhanced peace and security.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Kindly note that you can now also watch our program live on our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria on Mondays at 9 p.m., Tuesdays at 9:20 p.m., and Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria for live updates and many more stories. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles showing right now on your screens. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for tuning in. Bye for now.